This is a video on how to do a delivery on the Prius C. At the beginning of every delivery, you want to pair the customer's phone first. So first, you would click this phone button located right here, and then you would click yes. After that, you would go to the customer's phone, go to Settings, Bluetooth, and then cut that on. In a few seconds, the Toyota Prius C will pop up on the Bluetooth. Just select that, click pair. Now that it's successfully connected, what you would do is, when this screen pops up, go to the phone and click the little blue eye next to connected on iPhones. Turn on show notifications. And now the text messages will come through. So after that, you would click OK. And if you click the phone button again, you can see that the phone is updating all the contacts and call history from the device. So while that is updating, this is your radio right here under audio. If you click source, you have AM, FM, and Bluetooth audio. You also have USB and auxiliary ports located right here. Now, if the customer wants to save a preset, all you would do is turn this knob and go to the station you would like to save, and then you would click and hold whichever spot they would like to save it at. This vehicle has 36 different presets that you can save. You also have this station list button located here. That takes all the nearby stations and categorizes them into different genres. So in a few seconds it will load and list it from all to country to religion, etc., etc. As you can see, this is what that list looks like. So if you select a genre, it lists out all those stations in that genre. You also have this sound button located here. You can adjust the sound however you like. After that, you have this car button located here. You've got your energy monitor. It shows you your battery, and after the engine cuts on, you'll see arrows rotating through the different sources of energy. If you click trip information, it gives you all your miles per gallon over 15 minutes, average speed, and range, so that way you can get a good idea of what kind of gas mileage you're getting. Now, if you select the phone button, as you can see, it's listed all my contacts. You can scroll through, you can swipe, and you can also click through the alphabet to get to people that you need. You can also click this little star next to anyone's name, and it'll highlight blue, and then it'll save in your favorites list. You can also select the contact and click add favorite, and it will do the same thing. Now you also have call history located here, so you can see people you've called recently. You also have this dial pad located here. You can punch out a phone number and dial out if you'd like to. This top right envelope is for text messages, so whenever I receive a text message while I'm connected to the vehicle, there will be a pop-up that will say read or ignore. If you click read, it reads it out to you through the speakers. If you click ignore, it saves on this list. That is everything for this screen here. You also have the climate control settings down here. If you click auto, it automatically adjusts this fan to get to whatever temperature you have set, which is why the fan is picking up all the way. If you turn this up, the fan will go down because it's not trying as hard to get to that temperature. You also have fan options that you can adjust yourself, which turns that auto feature off. This button right here changes the direction of the air. You also have your front and rear defrost. And then down here, you have your Eco Mode button. If you click that, Eco Mode highlights right there on the dash. So with Eco Mode, it changes the transmission to shift slowly so you get better gas mileage. I would only suggest using this while you're driving around the city. If you're on the interstate, I would recommend to drive on normal mode. Down here, you also have EV Mode. If you select that, it will let you know that if the battery's too low, it's not available, but EV mode usually cuts on automatically, so you don't really have to worry about that button there. You also have your traction control button. There's never a reason to turn off the traction control unless you want to mess up your tires in the parking lot. So I always recommend just not to touch that ever. You also have your hazards located here. You also have buttons located here on the right side of the steering wheel. These are for the dash, located at the top of the dash here. So if you click down on the I tab, that's the first screen, it gives you different information about the vehicle. And then if you click right, that is your eco score and savings screen. You also have eco records and past records, so that way you can keep up with your gas savings. If you click right again, you have your lane departure alert screen. With the lane departure alert, you have a button located behind the left side of the steering wheel right here, which you can see it is already on with this green icon located on the dash. Now with the lane departure system, you have after 32 miles an hour, it will detect the lines in the road, and if you get too close to a line, it will alert you and show you which line you are too close to on this screen. If you click right again, this is your settings. Under your settings, you can change the sensitivity of your lane departure alert. Now you also have a trip button located on the steering wheel here. If you click trip, it will change from odometer to trip A and then trip B, and if you click and hold the trip button, it will zero out the trip. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your radio options. So you have plus and minus for the volume of the radio. Up and down will be the saved radio stations you have on your presets. And then the mode button located in the middle changes the source from FM, Bluetooth to AM, and it will circulate that way. Underneath that, you have your voice command. Whenever you select the voice command, there will be a pop-up on your screen. This is the pop-up. Now, if you click voice training, it will initiate a system to ask you to say 10 different phrases, and then it will key in on the customer's voice and accent so it understands better what the customer is trying to get accomplished. I always recommend that each customer does this if they are the only person driving the vehicle, but if there is another person that will be regularly driving the vehicle, I recommend not to do the voice training because it will set for the one person's voice instead of multiple different voices. You also have tutorials located here. The tutorials will go through a list of commands that the vehicle better understands for the customer. With the voice command, you can tell it to play certain radio stations or call certain people if you'd like to. Underneath the voice command button, you have answer and decline right here. And if you click either of these buttons, the contacts will pull up on the screen right there. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have this lever, and that is the cruise control. To turn on the cruise control, you click this button on the end of the lever, and then you have a green light that will highlight on the dash. There we go. And then if you would like to set the speed, all you would do is bump down the lever whenever you get up to speed, and then you can pull the lever to cancel the cruise control, and then you can bump it up to resume the speed you were going. Behind on the right side, you have your windshield wipers. You can change the intermittent speed right here. If you twist this end, it does the back windshield. If you pull the lever, it'll miss the front windshield. If you push it out, it misses the back windshield. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your headlights. So DRL is daytime running lights. The middle one is parking lights, and this top one is headlights. Now over here, you have a pre-collision system on this vehicle. With the pre-collision system, if you click this button, you can adjust how far in front of you the pre-collision system will kick in. So if a vehicle in front of you all of a sudden stops, depending on how far the vehicle is, it will change depending on how far you set it for. You also have this dial right here. You can adjust the brightness of the dash whenever the headlights are on. You also have your left and right mirror adjuster right here. This right here is your automatic bright dimmer. So if you select this button and you have your headlights on and your brights on, you can see it says auto on the dash. Basically, whenever there is a light coming towards the vehicle, it will cut off the brights, and once that light goes away, it will cut them back on. Down here you have the latch to pop the hood, and down here you have the lever to pop the gas door. Each vehicle we sell comes with Toyo Care and Toyo Guard. With Toyo Care and Toyo Guard, you get 4 years, 45,000 miles free tire rotations and oil changes. With those, we go ahead and set the first service appointment for each customer for 5 months from the day that they bought the vehicle, because that's usually about when most people hit 5,000 miles. If they would like to, they can change the appointment day and time at time of delivery, or our customer service will call them a week before their appointment and ask them if it's still a good day or time, and they can choose to reschedule it if they would like to, especially if they haven't hit 5,000 miles yet. With each vehicle, every 5,000 miles you want your tires rotated, every 10,000 miles you want your oil change. The most important part of this whole delivery process is making sure our customers are completely satisfied before they leave the dealership to ensure that we get good survey scores in return. Make sure to let your customer know that they will receive a survey within a week of the day they purchase the vehicle. On the survey, it will give you a scale of unacceptable to truly exceptional how their experience was here. Make sure to emphasize that we need truly exceptional on every single point in the survey.